What is up, guys and gals? FX Killer here, bringing you another video. Now, if you've been staying current with the game, you know that launch is coming up in a couple months. And on Friday, February 16th, they released a newsletter as well as a stream to explain and basically just go over what will and what will not be in the launch. So I've condensed that down. I've got all the information you need in a compact format. Alright, let's get started. We're going to start with the stuff that won't be in the game. First off, and probably most importantly, there's not going to be any mounts or pets. Now the reason for this is that the mounts fall off of the world, quote unquote, because of the way the world streams into memory. It just doesn't load fast enough for the mounts. Now they did make a teleport room, which we're going to get to offset this. And they said that when mounts do come eventually, if they come eventually, either way they will be free DLC. Now some people have wondered about local move speed or moving at 10x, and the reason this is possible is because on your own computer or locally, there's way less server load. They did also hint that consoles were responsible for this lack of mounts, but we'll have to see how it pans out. They also said there will be no sorcery, which is definitely a disappointment because I know a lot of people were looking forward to that. However, they said that it does work in the prototype coding, as in the spell system works, they cast a spell and they can see the spell effects. But they're lacking a good visual effects artist. For some reason, they've been unable to hire one that they want. But they said that they didn't want to split the team between the advanced combat and the sorcery, so for that reason, sorcery is not going to be in launch. But the positive here is that at least they have a base system in place. Finally, they also said there will be less thrall management in launch. That actually, I think, is a good thing, but I know that's going to disappoint some people, and we're going to have to wait and see what exactly they meant by that. On to the good stuff. There's going to be brand new zones, a volcano area, which a lot of people have hinted at. That's going to be part of the Frozen North, so it's going to have that higher difficulty, more reward, more risk type thing. And then there's also going to be a swamp, which is going to be part of the main map, so attached to the desert on the east. Both zones are supposed to have new creatures, new items, and obviously a lot of cool new stuff to look at. There's also going to be a new deity, and her name is Derketo. She's apparently a goddess who has a dual nature, and she's worshipped in Stygia as both the queen of lust and fertility, but viewed in the Black Kingdoms as the goddess of death. We'll have to see how that pans out. There's also going to be farming, which is really cool. Planter boxes, seeds, fertilizer, special plants use special fertilizer, and all non-aquatic plants can be farmed. That means you could potentially make a brewery and put all the plants that you need to farm for that beer and whatnot right out back, and that's actually going to be really cool. I'm really looking forward to that. Also in launch will be the new combat system. Now we've already seen what that looks like, and if you haven't, make sure you watch my previous video on that. But they did reveal on this stream that there's going to be 27 physics models per character, and I think that's really cool for what they're doing for combat. But it seems excessive if it's preventing other gameplay, like mounts and, hurting the memory streaming from working. So I do hope that that's something they look at and say, is there a way we can cut down this 27, maybe to less, like maybe 6 or 7 or 8, we'll see. Also in launch is going to be fast travel. There's going to be a map room, and we did see that screenshot from before. Personally, I'm unsure about the fast travel, as long as there's an option to turn it off, because I don't really like survival games with fast travel. They did mention that you'll be able to turn it off though. So the way it works is you'll build a map room, then you can teleport from your map room to obelisks if you've already found them. You can only teleport from the map to the obelisk, not back. You can use other people's map rooms, and you can also have multiple map rooms, so you could teleport between bases quite easily if they were both located near obelisks. You're not going to be able to teleport while over encumbered, and obelisks will have some kind of no build zone around it. Additionally, obelisks are tuned individually to your bracelet, so every member of your group is going to have that obelisk if they all want to TP to it. Additionally, the perks that were discussed on the stream last week are all going to be in launch. So you're going to be able to get up to 35 different perks, that is, 5 in each of the different stats, to customize your character however you want. And again, if you want more info on that, just check out my other video on the subject. Warpaint was also mentioned. There's going to be two kinds of warpaint. One's just a visual with styles and patterns. The other one gives you +3 bonus to an attribute. That's really cool because now you're going to be able to get perks that you might not have gotten. And we're going to be seeing some builds soon that use warpaints, and I'm really looking forward to that. They also say that the stat boosting warpaint will probably fade after about an hour, so that's not going to be something that's super OP. Last but not least, they said that part of the Purge was implemented and new enemies are spawned when they are going to be attacking your base. It's not existing NPCs, but new enemies will be spawned. And with that, there's new settlement mechanics. The upgraded furnaces and upgraded tanners, which are going to be in the game, are going to have a higher draw for the NPCs to attack or come near. So, in other words, the better stuff you have in your base, the more you're going to attract enemies. And they did mention that server capacity is still going to be capped at 40 for officials until it can be approved. So that's all the changes. My thoughts on this are I'm disappointed that mounts are not going to be in the game, and I'm also disappointed about sorcery. I was looking forward to sacrificing some health and stamina to be able to cast some spells, but we can wait on that. Mounts is kind of a big deal, although I'm more concerned honestly with the teleport system. As long as teleports can be turned off on more competitive servers, I'm totally fine with it, but I do think it's a cool mechanic for people who want to use it. I'm still looking forward to launch, and I'm still happy with the changes that are made, and I hope that if you're out there and you're upset about mounts or upset about sorcery like I am, that you just remember that this game's going to be out for a while. The devs are just not going to be sitting on their butts. They're going to be working on this stuff. So I have a lot to look forward to, and so do you. Alright guys, well if you liked the video, make sure to hit that like, subscribe if you can, and I will see you soon in the next video.